can you really make six figures as a mobile notary? Well, I'm here to answer that question for you today. When I first got into the mobile notary industry, when I first heard about it, I didn't think it was possible. But after I got into it, started making money and started doing like higher paid services such as estate planning and loan signing, then I realized really quickly, oh, it's more than possible. So I just want to break down some quick math, some quick numbers to you guys. I am not a math expert, but I know how to make some money. I want to go ahead and start off saying that to you guys. My brother is the one that's like mathematician. He's great at that stuff. But anyways, moving over to the screen for you guys. By the time you stick to the end of this video, you should have a good understanding on that it is possible, one, and two ways in which you can do that. I want to get straight to it. If you don't stick to the end, you won't find out and you'll stay in the position that you're in. Straight like that. Anyways, to make $100,000 a year, you need approximately $8,333.33, right? So I just go ahead and rounded that up to $8,334, right? If you want to make $100,000 flat, of course, you got to pay taxes, so on and so forth. But if you just want to make 100,000, say, oh, I made 100,000 in 1 year, because usually people have that six-figure goal in their head. You usually want to hit that. If you're trying to just hit that six-figure mark, that's how much you need, 8,334. So you divide that by 4 weeks in a month, usually. That's $2,083.50 a week. So if you do that by a day, it's going to come out around to $297.57 a day. So I just said you need to make $300 a day, right? How can you make $300 a day? That's the question you want to ask now. That's the question you should be more focused on. And when I first did this, I started off having week goals, and then I started off having every 3 days goals, and I had 1 day goals. So I mean, when I started off, I said, okay, I just want to be able to make $1,000 a week. Or I would say, all right, I just want to be able to have 5 clients for the week. And then it was like, okay, I want to get 5 clients in every 3 days. I should hit 5 clients. And then it became, all right, I want to hit 1 client a day. And the reason why I did that is because sometimes, for example, if you want to get 5 clients a week, you cannot get a client for 2 days. And then those other 3 days, you can get 5 clients. But to get 1 every single day is a type of skill that comes to that. And it's a type of consistency that you have to learn how to develop, because when you're doing it by the week, it can come in sporadically as long as you hit that 5 by the end of the week. Hopefully that didn't go over you guys' heads, but that's why I did it that way. Anyways, moving back into this, 1 second, my presentation stopped. Let me open that back up for you guys. So anyways, first thing I want to say is one of the easiest things, which I don't talk about much just because I've just talk about other things, is specializing in loan signing. And you know me, I'm always like rolling my eyes when it comes to loan signing, just because it's the main thing that's always talked about on social media. And hold on, I can't multitask, guys. It's the main thing that's talked about on social media, and rightfully so, because it is very easy to make money with loan signing once you understand how to get clients and stuff like that. But loan signing allows you to charge more to clients. It allows you to work with different businesses which are going to be kicking out clients, such i.e. Signing services, i.e. title companies, real estate agents, so on and so forth, and you're able to make a good amount of money with it. So if you're just starting off and you're in one of those dire situations, I would say, and you need to make money, one of the easiest industries or easiest niches that you can focus on is loan signing. Learn how to become a loan signing agent, learn how to get customers, learn how to get clients. And if you want to get a list of like 300 signing services that you can sign up with to get clients automatically, go ahead and click. There's a link in my bio, and I have a list of like 300 or 300 plus. I don't remember how much I put in there. That you guys could download and just sign up with all of them. But anyways, I would say sign up with specialize in loan signing, because it's very easy. It's very easy once you get the hang of it. And yeah, it's like one of those tried and true niches within the mobile notary industry, because people always need their house to get closed, so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't talk about it much, because I'm just like, duh. Anyways, second thing is, as a mobile notary, this should go without being said, but you need to be mobile and you need to be charging for your travel services. I guess I'll just put be mobile. But this is kind of self-explanatory. Is it mobile notary? So I'm gonna just breeze over this one. But being mobile, as in make sure that you're taking advantage of being a travel notary and you're taking advantage of going to people's location, because you can only charge a certain amount as a notary for just doing the notarization. So when it comes to travel, don't be scared or run away from actually charging people for you having to go to their location. Charge them. You're a mobile notary. You got gas to pay, bills, and you got mouths to feed if you have kids or if you have a girlfriend or a husband or whatever it is, or a pet. You know what I'm saying? You got mouths to feed. So charge for your mobile notary services. Charge, and don't be scared to charge. Another thing I would say is your after hours and your emergency services are going to be one of the biggest things where you can take money from. Like it's a good avenue to where you can have add-on services. So let's say after hours and I would say emergency. So usually when I talk on social media about like, oh, I made this much in a day, as a mobile notary, people are always like, well, no, you didn't. How did you make that much and stuff like that? And it's just like you guys just don't know any better. Like I've been doing this for almost 8 years. You see what I'm saying? So I understand different tactics. And one of the main tactics that I try to tell people, but it just goes over their head, is your additional services, or like when my friends used to say, your a la carte services. Like people need other things rather than you just doing their notarizations. Some people want you to come at 1 a.m. Are you going to charge them the same price at 1 a.m. that you would for 3 p.m.? You see what I'm saying? Would you charge them that same amount? No, you better turn that into a package. Oh yeah, I do have after hour services. Or if somebody needs you to get to them in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, less than an hour, are you gonna stop what you're doing and rush to them and charge them the same price? No, that's an emergency service. So all of these a la carte services, all of these add-ons are things that you can charge. So for example, you driving to their location, well, that's travel services. I wouldn't say that. So you printing out documents for them, you can charge for that. You mailing out documents for them, you can charge for that. Any courier services that you may have, you can charge for that. You see what I'm saying? Different things like that you're able to charge for. And you need to charge for those because that's going to raise up your daily average, so to say. So to get you to that $300 a day. And those little services like that, they add up, yo. They definitely add up. Especially when you start doing like stuff for printing, because some people are just lazy. One thing I can say is your online notarizations. So one of the things I used to do in the past, this is probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years, year and a half ago, 2 years, when I used to have clients calling in to get notarizations, the ones that it was too expensive for. Should I share this? I might as well. The ones that were too expensive for them. Let's say I charge somebody like $150, right? Let's say I charge them $150, and they're like, "Oh, that's way too much." What I would also do is downsell them online notarization service to not lose the client. Although it did not work all the time, there were instances in when it worked. So, for example, if somebody's coming in for a notary service, they can't pay that $125, but they can pay you that $150, but they can pay you what, $15 or $25 to do it online. You might as well get the client rather than just not getting them at all. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to get if you have more skills and you want to be, and you're okay with offering other services, online notarizations might be something that can help you. And you can also sign up for some services too, which they'll send you jobs. But I will say, once you sign up for other services and have them send you online clients, they're going to give you you probably get like $5 a client and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get really big money or anything like that. But you will get paid for it. Like, don't get me wrong. You will get paid for it. So next up is build a referral network. And you guys know I'm big on this. Like, this is like my favorite thing. This in conjunction with estate planning. You know I love those too. But building up a referral network, I've said it in other videos, there's multiple different types of referrals that you'll get, i.e. your customers, business relationships, and I guess friends or other notaries. Those are the different types of referral networks that you can have. As you build those up, you guys have to watch my other video. It breaks it down into finer detail on the different types of referral networks you can have. When you build that up, you'll start having business coming from referrals. So if you kind of like piece all of these together, synthesize it, if you will, you'll have your your loan signings. You're doing your notarizations. You'll have your a la carte services. You'll have your online notarizations. You'll have your notary network. And with all of these things working together in a beautiful synchronicity, it's almost impossible not to make $300 a day. You see what I'm saying? It's like, if you have all of these things working and you can't make $300 a day, something is different. Something is off. And I will end it with this one, I would say. There's so much more I can give you guys, but I don't want to overload you guys on videos. I want short bites of information that help you guys to just hit the ground running. So this is diversifying services. This one is kind of goes hand in hand when it talks about the online notarizations before. And what we did with the online notarization is really just diversified our services. People that weren't the perfect clientele and it was too expensive for it, we gave them a different service. But this one, on the other hand, oops. Oh, where's my eraser? There we go. But this one, for example, allows you to widen your scope of business that you're able to offer customers. So, oof, that was killing me. Trying to talk and write. Diversifying services. So that could be your apostilles. Of course, you have your loan signing. That could be your G&Ws, your general notary work. That could be your fingerprinting. That could be your estate planning. That could be your power of attorneys. That could be your trust. That could be your I-9. That could be your, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is, but the more services that you're able to offer, the more opportunities for business. But I will say lock down on one first. And if you were to start with one, I guess the one that has the most information out there is loan signing. Like I said, this isn't my favorite just because it's not cliche, but I'm a against the grain type of guy. If everybody's looking over here, I'm going to go over there and figure my own stuff out. But there is a lot of information on loan signing out there. You guys can, I'm sure there's going to be 10,000 courses out there that you can find that somebody's teaching you how to do loan signing. I guarantee you somebody's teaching it. Somebody's teaching that. So if you want to do that, by all means, go ahead and do that and jump into that ocean. But anyways, can you make 6 figures as a mobile notary? Yes. I gave you guys these 6 points. I have a lot of points. I probably have like 12 points, but I'm giving you 6 points to show you like there's different ways to do it. But just think about like, how can I get $300 a day? What can I do to bring me $300 a day or $2,000 for the week? And focus on that. Start little. Try to get $1,000 for the week or $500 for the week, and then slowly start to increase that until you get to a point where $300 a day sounds like nothing for you. You see what I'm saying? Like if I make you want to come to the point where it's like, all right, my base for the day is $1,000. If I can't make $1,000 for the day or $500 for the day, I'm doing something wrong, or I can level up in one of these particular areas. But what I will say is shoot your goal high. So that way, when you fall, you land on the cloud. So if you want to get to $300 a day, I would try to think of how can I make $1,000 a day? Because what happens is your mind kind of gets rewired to thinking about bringing in 10x. Because sometimes to get to $300 a day, you're thinking that, oh, I'm already at $150 a day. All I have to do is twice the amount of work. But in reality, you need to put in about 10 times that amount of work in order to get just a 2x on what you're currently doing. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I've heard that from mentors, and I do that myself, and I've learned that's something that's always set me apart from other people. My goals is ridiculously high, so that way when I fall, I'm actually around where I wanted to be. But I got to put my goal to 10x and reach out for that, because that's going to be what pulls me up to where I actually want to be. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that was game for you guys. If you guys want some mentorship, some one-on-ones, go ahead and click on the link below. We could sit down, chop it up, and help you get to 3 to 5K a month. Plus, without having to rely on just signing services. So click the link in the bio, sign up, let's chop it up, let's talk. And then also, if you want some free tools, there's a lot of free tools out there that you guys can use that will help you. It's in the link in my bio. And then also, there's a lot of things. Just go check it out. Go check out my YouTube videos and all that free content that I got out there for you guys. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, stay profitable, and your boy Knowledge is out.